ברשות מוריי ורבותיי.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Baruch Hashem, because tonight is the Shalom Zachar, the Brit Yitzchak of the baby of Aaron and Pnina. And because our parashot we talk about children and grandchildren and brachot and shemot, so I decided to give the shiur of tonight for the lichvod the baby and the parents and the mishpacha. You have to give him to the grandma to watch. It says in the weekly parasha that Yosef is coming to his father for the blessing, and he takes two of his children. What are the names? Menashe and Efraim. And it says, the pasuk says like this: Ule Yosef yulad shnei banim, and Yosef had two boys before the famine starts. The Gemara in Masechet Ta'anit, Daf Yud Aleph, asks a question: why it mentioned that Yosef had the children during the 7 good years and not during the 7 bad years? זאת אומרת, אמר איש לקיש, אסור לאדם לשמש מיתתו בשני רעבון, שנאמר ליוסף עולה שני בנים בטרם שבוע שנת הרעב. Meaning, in the time of famine, in a time of problem, in a time of hunger in the world, the Torah doesn't demand from people to have children. Why? Because children has to have expenses. And if you don't have the ability to accommodate them, so Yosef, in the 7 years that he was married, he was able to have 2 boys. But after the famine starts in Egypt, he stopped. The Tosafot on this place ask a question. We know that a very important woman was born in this time. Her name was Yocheved. Yocheved, daughter of Levi. She is a daughter was born in the time of the 2nd year of the famine, when Yaakov is coming to Egypt. At the entrance to Egypt, she was born. So, no, we don't know. So the question is, 9 months ago, when Levi and his wife were planning another child, if Yosef didn't do it because it's halachically, why Levi took his wife and said, okay, let's have a baby now? אומר התוספות, ואם תאמר הרי יוכבד נולדה בין החומות ואותו עת רעב היה. So how did they went to another pregnancy? אומר התוספות, maybe it's not a violation, it's just a recommendation. It's better not to, but if you want to, you may have this option. This is one. And I saw there another one of the Baalei HaTosafot, Rabbi Elchanan asked the question, and the Baalei HaTosafot answer that maybe they are cholkim on a different Gemara. There is Gemara interesting in Masechet Yevamot, Daf Samech Aleph, מחלוקת בית שמאי ובית הלל. אומרת המשנה, בדף סמך א' עמוד ב', a person should not hold himself to multiply unless he has children already. How many children? בית שמאי אומרים 2 boys. בית הלל אומרים a boy and a girl. So there is a question among the rabbis, how many children a person should have to fulfill the mitzvah of Priyah Urviyah. There is the first mitzvah in the Torah that we are obligated is to multiply. But what is the minimum? Maximum, okay, as much as God gives. But what is the minimum? Bet Shammai say 2 boys. Bet Hillel say a boy and a girl. We follow the Bet Hillel. אומרת מה טעמה דבית שמאי? Why Bet Shammai say 2 boys? Because we learn from Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu was the leader of Am Yisrael. He was the most educated person in the world. He was in heaven. He spoke to Hashem. And after he had 2 boys, he told to his wife, Chvat. So we learn from Moshe Rabbeinu. From where Bet Hillel learned? They learned from Briyato Shel Olam. when God created the man, He created a man and a woman, a male and a female. So one learned from Moshe Rabbeinu as a teacher, and one is learning from the creation of the world. אומרת הגמרא, and why we don't learn from, like Beit Shammai from Moshe Rabbeinu? אומרת הגמרא over here that Moshe Rabbeinu made many things מדעתו. אומרת הגמרא, שבר את הלוחות, הוסיף another day. So Moshe Rabbeinu is Moshe Rabbeinu. What he is doing is not necessarily, he is on his level, on his madriga, is what decided. But it does, if for us, we have to go to what the Torah says, and the Torah talks about a male and a female as a whole. Therefore, they say it's two children. So, Omer Balei Tosafot, maybe Yosef, he had two boys, and he was holding like Bet Shammai, like Moshe Rabbeinu. Omer, I have two boys, now we can wait. But Levi had just boys, he needed for a girl. He told to his wife, we need another girl too, so you can continue because we didn't make the mitzvah yet. So this is the way they explain why Levi didn't wait, because he needed a girl to make the mitzvah like Bet Hillel. But Yosef says, I am going to learn from Moshe Rabbeinu, but I'm holding like Bet Shammai. What we're learning about over here about boys and about, let's talk about Brit Milah, let's talk about names. In our parasha, there is a blessing to Menashe and Efraim, and you mentioned over here Gershon and Eliezer. Why did they name Menashe? You remember? כי נשני אלוקים את כל עמלי ואת בית אבי. נכון? What is the word נשני mean? אומר הריבש, נשני mean השכיחני. I forgot.
Forgot his learning.
No. He say basically, I'm here alone. My parents, my father, בית עמלי, הכל. So the word nashani mean is a certain sorrow. Nashani. I was forgotten. Okay? באמת, הפשט ששכחו ממני. השם, where am I? I was saying, מוכר לג'ו אף תודה. בדסקים מונדם. עכשיו, what is the problem what is the problem in this name? It's a very negative name. נכון? How do you start to be upset? מנפרו מושקרדן. Everybody forgot about me. Nobody pay attention to me. And then you start slowly to gain a lot of negativism. Man kibudam, man kibshudam, and tak daleh. So the Rishonim are questioning, is it okay to say that Yosef named his child on a negative term? Ki nashani Hashem. But Ephraim is different. Ki Ephraim Hashem. Oh, Baruch Hashem, I became multiplied, became a lot. Man ziot shudam. Therefore, Yehuda Chassid, one of Balei Tosafot, he says the follow: I cannot say that I was forgotten. She'en ze lashon tova ve'oda'a. It looks like somebody complaining. נכון? ואין שירך לפני כריסי כבודיך. You cannot say that Yosef HaTzadik in his level, in his קדושה, will tell to his side, to call to his child, I am abandoned, I am forgotten, I am nowhere, I am wandering. אלא הוא אומר, צריך להסביר, נשני מלשון, he removed from me, מלשון קפיצה והסרה. He removed from me. He removed from me all my aggravation, all my frustration. It's not that I was forgotten. I was able to forget the bad days. It's the same verb of forgetting. but one in a positive understanding and one in negative understanding. And then I saw another shita, another midrash. They say a totally different thing, and he say like this: how much is Nashani begimatria? Nun 50, Shin 300, Nun 410. אז אומר הרש, רב שמשון אומר, it reminds us about the first temple that lasts for 410 years. So Yosef was naming his child on the future of a temple that is going to last for 410 years, and is going to bring the Ish Tachat Enato and King Solomon and all the blessing in the Gemara. The Torah says was the best time of the Jewish history. That money was not considered, was gold on the day, and every day there was a Bet HaMikdash offering thousands of offerings. So we say that Yosef is calling Menashe like the name of the temple, and he really means that this is the future and Am Yisrael is going to flourish. It's a whole, it's a whole positive thinking. This is very nice. But before I tell you another explanation, what I think that maybe makes sense and what we learn, I will tell you another couple. As I told, we spoke about Gershon and Eliezer, yes? Why Gershon was named Gershon? You can tell me. Ger Haiti Be'eretz Nochriya. Ger mean I was a stranger. Omer Asforeno. Ger Be'eretz She'ena Moladeti. Moshe Rabbeinu named his first son the same thing. How do you say in Bukharian? Ma Musaf Shudam, Bevatan Shudam, Dar Badar Shudam. Gershon mean, Gershon, this is the meaning. Gershon meaning, Ger Haiti, I am a stranger. I thought to myself, I tried to imagine yourself, if we don't hold the midrash that Moshe did and circumcised his son, Moshe and Yosef had a baby boy. So you have a baby boy, what the first thing you're doing? You take a phone call, you call to your father, mother, brother, my friend, you say Rava, you say Mazal Tov, Uminia Malchik. Unik Khadir Samat. They had a baby boy. Whom should they call to? Nobody. Ichkinez.
At that time that they don't have phone.
I mean, what the happiness comes with sharing. I tell you something about my personal life. My grandmother, all her brother and sister were left in Samarkand, and she came to Israel 80 years ago. And all the time when we had the weddings, we were very happy. All the cousins were happy, and she was crying. So I say, Savta, why you are crying? Everybody is happy. So we say, nobody from my brother and sister here to share my happiness with. I want to tell them that I have a Baruch Hashem, that Neveram to Yishudev. I want to tell them, but everybody is over there in Samarkand. I cannot send them a letter. Once she sent a letter to his sister, they were investigated by the KGB. You have friends in Israel, you are Zionists, you are KGB. They couldn't have talked to nobody from 33 until 72. There was no connection with Russia altogether. So we say, in this beautiful day of mine, Nikavon yetu she'amagu snim badilitza, rotzvinik. Hi, you are the children, it's okay, but where is to say, pa, man, bet. So I thought to myself, maybe this is the feeling of somebody is born, and you want to say to your father is not next to you, mother is not next to you, brother nobody. Okay, you are there in a strange place, and everybody is coming, saying Mazal Tov, Mazal, but you don't know them. Maybe this is our understanding, but of course, because we're talking about very big people, talking about over something much deeper. The Orach Chaim, Rav Chaim Ben Atar says, כי הצדיקים אינם בעולם הזה אלא כגרים, בלא שום יישוב. Moshe named his son Gershon because he says that tzaddik, people that are close to Hashem, they have to know they didn't come to this world to rest. No vacations, they have come to this world to walk and to go from one place to another place. So the word Gerim means, they tell to Gershon, you're going to be big tzaddik like me, because I'm all the time on the move, on the run, Moshe Rabbeinu. And more than this, הוא אומר, גר הייתי מאודי ונוסף לי גם נרץ נוכריה לצד שהיה חוץ מבית אביו. So Moshe Rabbeinu said to his son, we are a big tzaddikim. Regular tzaddik, he live in his family. I don't have the family too, so I am a real גר הייתי בארץ נוכריה. But not in a point of complaining, but in a point of, say to ריבונו של עולם, ברוך השם for this. I saw another explanation, and I'll tell this to you, and from there we'll go to where I want to lead you for tonight, Be'ezrat Hashem. He says, the Tosafot says, what does it mean, Ger הייתי בארץ נוכריה? Yaakov Avinu is telling to Lavan, to Esav, אם לבן גרתי אותיות תרי"ג, 613, ותרי"ג מצוות שמרתי. אז הוא אומר, רומז על גלותם של ישראל, שהם גרים ותושבים כאבות העולם. Why called Gershon? Because he says like this, אברהם אבינו says, גר ותושב, אנוכי. יצחק אבינו says, ויגור יצחק בגרר. יעקב אבינו says, עם לבן גרתי. זאת אומרת, אבות העולם, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, and they ask about their life, what they say, we are גרים. We are not here forever. We are permanent. We are not permanent over here. That's what makes them so tzaddikim. And they bring over here, if you are going to make Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov begimatria to add everybody, 248 plus 208 plus 182, I'll make it for you easy, it's 638, 638, which begimatria ger hayiti. So Moshe Rabbeinu named his first son Gershom to memorize Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, because they say ger hayiti, and he say he wish him to be tzaddik like Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Very interesting understanding of the name ger hayiti. But the pshat of ger hayiti mean I am a stranger. So you see a difference between the combination between Yosef and Moshe over here. Nashani veger hayiti. I was forgotten. I am a stranger. On the pshat it looks very similar. But I want to find something, maybe a different way to apply to us, to try to understand over here a few things. What is the biggest danger that we have in our life when it's come to Yirat Shamayim, when it's come to fear of Hashem? Whenever we believe that there is something that we have that can separate me and Hashem, I will explain. Why we say that where is the holiday it's written that you have to be happy? ושמחת בחגיך? Sukkot. What we're doing in Sukkot, we're going outside the house. Especially in America, sometimes it's freezing, raining. In Israel it's quiet over there, but here in America, Sukkot is a holiday of really mesirut nefesh. Sometimes it's come to zero, sometimes it's pouring rain. But we're sitting in a sukkah and they tell you have to be happy. Why can't I be happy now? Should be in my house with my in my room, in my nice zanaveska, nice curtains, house, this, heating. Why should I be outside freezing and say, Hashem, I'm happy? So the pshat is like this. When you are at the point that is just you and Hashem, you start to understand what Hashem wants from you. Anything that you feel, my saving will help me, my house will protect me, Obama will protect me, Obamacare will protect me, or the Tzva Haganah Israel will protect me, or the airplanes of the NATO will help me. This is something that you take a person out of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The pshat in our life is that we have to know that we are just us and Hashem. אז אומר יוסף לקדוש ברוך הוא, when you gave me Menashe, I say thank you to you that you let me forget who I was and now I become who I am. And I will explain. Tell me, what do you know about Yosef when he was 17 years old? Huh? He was handsome, rich, son of very important person, מיוחס מכאן הודעה חדשה. From all his brother, everybody loves him. נכון? So, we say that Yosef, what he has to strive in his life? Money he has. Handsome is nice. He's going to get a very good shidduch. Sit with his father, gets with his father, ktonet pasim, everything is okay. Omer Yosef, Hashem, thank you to reap everything for me and for my memory and make me alone. Come. And make me such alone, such forgotten. You know why? Now I have to start to do everything on my own. Know my father will, and know my lag, and know my yechus, know my connection. I am starting from scratch. This is the only way to a person to come to the next level of the Ephraim. As the Gemara says, "Izaharu mibnei aniyim shemehem tצא תורה." מה הפירוש? אומרת הגמרא, why תלמידי חכמים children לא become תלמידי חכמים? Because everything is so accessible, everything is so known, everything is so simple, why should I strive? And now Yosef is teaching us, by the put the name Menashe, and Moshe, by putting the first Gershon, he's teaching us what they made them to be such great leaders. What was the point? He says, I want to know, Hashem, thank you for taking all the artificial things from me and let me to know who I am. How can I make it happen? Not relying on nobody else. There is a Bukharian story. Motzei Shabbat is good to say stories of tzaddikim, of this, is Musar Haskel. I thought about this story to explain you what I mean over here. There was a boy Bacha, a very rich boy. His father was very rich, and he has a credit card of his father. So once his father is telling him, think about your future, think about life, he said, don't worry, I have a lot of friends, one here day, one day over here, this party, this evening, this event, looking all kind of excitement. His father is telling him, my son, this is not the right life. You have to find a good girl, you have to get married, you have to find a work. He said, Abba, don't worry, I'm okay. The father became old and told to his son, my son, I'm going soon to go to a different dimension, to a different world, and I want to ask you something. The way you go, you are going to destroy yourself. Promise me one thing. Whenever you would like to die, or to commit suicide, God forbid, do it over here. I put a nail over here, in my bedroom. You have to do it over here. Just over here, no other place. Do whatever you want. Just promise me, if once in your life you're going to come to this point, you do it over here. They say, Father, don't problem, forget about it, I'm okay. And after a few days, the father passed away. Everybody came, all his friends. And after the Shiva, he started to go out and to spend money over here and money over there. But because it never worked in his life, slowly the credit line became less and less. The assets become less and less. And he owed a lot of money to other people. And he come to a point that he cannot pay them, and people come to kill him because he took money with high interest, and he was really, really messed up. Then he remembered what his father told him, and he started to cry. And he said, Abba, I didn't know what you meant, but you say there's something true. I was wrong. But now I realize, but it's too late because they threaten my life. So before they kill me, I'm going to commit suicide, darling. But I promise you, I'm going to use the nail on your bedroom. So he writes a letter of bye-bye letter that he has to go and he has to do it. He has no choice. And he goes and he takes a belt, he puts it on this nail, and he won't hang himself. But when he won't hang himself, the nail fell down, and the open over there, it gets open. It's like opening. It was in a very loose place. He opened it, and you see a letter over there from the father to his son. So he said, my son, I knew the way that you were looking and you're walking in your life, you're going to come to a point which you're going to do it. So this, my letter is after I die, but I know you're going to get it. Now I tell you what to do. You're going to look inside over there. There is $1 million cash that I put over there. Pay all your bills. And the money that was left, find a good girl, make a good shuvah, live like a normal person, invest in a business, and start to live the real life. The child started to cry and say to us, Ribono shel Olam, why I didn't listen to my father before? After 1 hour, people came, I gave $500,000 cash, and they left him alone. Small business, what his father was doing, and slowly he got married to a nice girl, and he started to live normal life, and all his friends, called friends, and all this environment, he forgot about it. But the only way to him to come to this point was Kinashani Hashem et Amali v'et kol beit avi. I have to come to the point that I know that I cannot count on nobody beside myself, then I'm going to start to grow up in my life. So Yosef doesn't name his son Menashe as complaining to Hashem. Nevertheless, he called the name Menashe to tell to Hashem, thank you for giving me the opportunity to find who I am. Because it's the only way in life to grow up is like this. My father came to me on Friday and asked me a question. His son is now 16 years old. It's called a teenage, Baruch Hashem. And the son wants to have iPhone and access to internet. And he's talking to him and telling him it's not good. He doesn't want to listen. All my friends have it. I cannot avoid from, you cannot do it. And he tells me, Rabbi, I don't know what to do. He asked him what to do. He told me, as much as I tried to convince him, it didn't work out. And he told me, and I made a mistake, he told me, because on Thursday night he told to his son, I don't give it to you, and I don't want to speak to you. And the son left the house and didn't sleep the whole night in the house. He went to one of his friends, and he was living over there. He said, I don't know what to do, I'm stuck. So I told him that it's a big problem over here, because teenage is a very complicated time in life. Teenage, he thinks that he knows everything. He thinks that everybody is against him. And this is a time that all the hormones are hitting the system and hitting the nerve system. So I told him one thing for sure: the child should not know, shouldn't feel that you are his enemy. If you make it so strong with your child, you're going to lose both of them. You're going to lose the battle of the iPhone and the child together. This is the way you create criminals, I told him. So we told him, what should I do? I told him, bring the child, and I have to speak to him. First of all, the child has to know that you love him. And you do it because you love him. And you want to help him. But he will have to come to it on his own level. And unfortunately, shortcuts cannot work. No shortcut in education. The only thing, if you're able to teach your child that what you're doing to him is from love, and you care for him, there is a chance he might listen to you. But definitely, all of the teenage, they try to tell to the parents, yes, they do whatever they want. If it's legal, open, not openly, they know better than us. So we have to be very careful in this. So come to the point again, Why is Yosef is naming his son Menashe? Ki nashani Hashem. He said, Ribono shel olam, for me to be the king of Egypt, I had to go that my brothers want to kill me. I had to go to running away to Egypt. I had to go to being in Potiphar's house. I have to be arrested without no false accusation. I have to be, God forbid, in prison for 12, 13 years. Then, now, I became the potential of Yosef HaTzadik. Because there is no easy come and easy go in life. So, to make our life even more interesting, the idea is, this is the concept of the Shemot, of the name, basically for all of us. We try to build in America ourselves, our religious families, lead by the way of Torah. The America is going totally different direction. Totally different direction. And to know the boundaries, to know how to deal with this you have to be a very, very talented and very careful and very sophisticated. But Yosef is telling to Hashem, Ribono shel olam, thank you for giving me the hardship, because this hardship will make me a better person. Easy come, easy go. And you know, one of my famous stories is that when a person is in a time that he doesn't have nobody, he either start to ask from Hashem or either start to think in his mind. But it's a whole-win situation. The necessity is the mother of all inventions. I told you once the story that happened in Scotland. It's a nice story to finish this. In Scotland, there were two brothers. And unfortunately, they were caught with all kind of problems, and one of them was sent to a prison 300 miles from his house, 200 miles from his house. And they have an old father in the farm. He called into his children, he said, my children, I need you to come. We have to harvest. We have to plow the land, and nobody is there. One of his brother's sons said, Father, I'm not in a hotel, I'm in a prison. Nobody will let me out. The other son say, Abba, give me 2 weeks, I want to think of something. Then he wrote a letter to his father. He said, Father, please, this year don't touch this land, because over here all the stolen merchandise are hidden there. This letter went to the censor. It went to the FBI at the Scotland Yard. And they say, oh, now we know where is the treasure. And the next day, 4 bulldozers came, tractors, and they plowed the entire land and couldn't find nothing. Couldn't find nothing. Then they were saying, okay, they were set up. Then the son said to his father, and I was saying, your mission was completed. The best way, because they really were looking for this. They went really dig inside, better than all over the years. He is 300 miles away. But you know, but you have to come to a point that either you do it, nobody else will help you. You have to be creative. And if you can't be creative, at least you say, Hashem, please help me. This is the best time you can pray to Hashem. Say, Ribono shel olam, I tried this. Now you are the only one who can help me. Then when you start to see miracles. So, it's a wonderful night. First of all, that Shabbat we had the engagement of Boris' daughter Tzipora and Chia. And then on Shabbat morning, Roma, your friend, he had a baby boy. Next Shabbat is the Brit. And tomorrow morning there is a Brit of your baby, Bezrat Hashem. So, Baruch Hashem, your baby is working extra hours, Baruch Hashem. Yeh Ratzon, Hashem should bless Aaron and Pnina. שהבית זה בית של ברכה, בית של תורה, בית של יראת שמיים. You're going to raise your children בעזרת השם, שיהיו בריאים ושלמים ביראת שמיים תורה, ביג תלמידי חכמים בעזרת השם. הבית שיהיה הבית של הרבה של שמחה, and a lot of money to pay the bills בעזרת השם. ו-all those who came to me, thank for blessing today, שיש שנה של חתונות ושמחות וברכות, שמור את השם עין הרע ומפגע רע, או שלפים נצליח, ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנן בן הקשה